Good evening, everyone. I request all the participants to switch on your camera. All the participants, please switch on your camera. Kindly switch on your camera, all the participants. Those who are not yet started, please switch on your camera. You can keep your microphone muted. Just need to keep your camera on just for a while. After the workshop start with the Dr. Pramar, you can keep your video off. But for now, just want to check the attendance and thank you all of you. So we'll start in couple of minutes until Dr. Pramar join us. How many of you have done the previous course? If you have done the previous course, just click on the thumbs up button. Click on the thumbs up button. If you have done the course in past, any of our course, I mean the R basic, R foundation program. Okay.
My camera is.
Okay. So those who are doing first time this course, first time, those who have not done at all any course with us,
First time.
please thumbs up on your screen.
First time.
Yeah, this is my first time, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I'm doing this for first time.
All right. So
Yeah.
those who are in the first timer, make sure that you have a basic knowledge of R. Otherwise, you will be not able to cope up with the workshop. You have to have some basic knowledge of R. Even though Dr. Parmar will take care of the basic part of the R a little bit, just brief, but don't expect much. In case if you're doing first time, we are already the R basic program is running 5 to 7. You can join that.
Okay.
That details you can get it on. That I'll share it that also here on the chat.
So is it
You can
possible
join
to
that.
get? Yes, sir. Is it possible to get the video of the, I mean, R basic from the first lecture?
I didn't get your voice was breaking. First lecture, what?
Is it possible to get the video of the first lecture, like the 5 to 7
See
one?
video recording of today's session or any video recording session only to those people who are in the paid participants. Those
Okay.
who are in the paid participants in the it's very minor amount, not big amount. For
Okay.
Indian rupees, it is 1,000 rupees for basic program, and for intermediate is 2,000 rupees. In dollar, it will be around $17-18 for basic and $34-35 in USD in for
Okay.
the intermediate program. So
Yeah,
that is available only for the paid participants. Of course, those participants will get the certificate also and study material, not only videos. But first register if you are first time, you don't have any experience with R. I'll suggest to participate in that program also. Since most of you are already done R or have basic knowledge of R, so there won't be any problem. You can and all the participants, it is good to always have that paid participation, because this way you help yourself and help others also. First thing is that sometimes your intern has problem, or maybe you are coming late, or you just want to leave early, so you can always have access of video recording of the session, study material for the future also, and certificate on top. You get the certificate of the program which you can use in your career anywhere, in your education, or maybe in job or anywhere. That will be very helpful. So that's all benefit about the certificates. You can take all the certificates which is going on one by one, which we are doing the courses. So part 1 R1, R2, R3, R4, those who are wanna go for the next level of the data science. So that's how we go, step by step process. We have broken all the program in the small parts, so nobody has to worry that they have to be committed for 2 months, 3 months to do the course. You can take break because regularly we keep doing the courses. So you can have time, you can do this course, and then it needs practice. It needs practice also. Wonderful. All the participants, I kindly request those who are have that are different names like iPhone or DXCX, please rename yourself with the name you have registered. Please rename yourself with the name you have registered for the program or email ID. Anything, either your email ID of registration or of name. Uh, so participants, please rename yourself with the name you have registered for the program. Not like HP. Some participant has name HP. Please rename yourself with the registered name.
Kenchu.
So we will know that who. Are you registered with the same name, Kenju? So you can rename yourself with the same name as you have registered for the program. Okay. And one more thing, the whole program will be in English. So because we have many participants from different part of the world, so we have to keep the language English, and we will prefer that everybody follow this. Thank you. Until let's wait for the Dr. Parmar to join. I'll just go few introduction of the few participants to see that. Uh, I'll go to Aditya Shina. You're doing first time this workshop.
One second.
You need to unmute yourself. Yes.
Yeah, I'm doing it for the first time.
First time. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what is your background, Aditya ji?
I am from communications field.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you based in?
I'm based in India itself, in the state of Bihar.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. So I hope you will enjoy the workshop. You have any experience with R in past?
Yeah. Actually, I know the basics of R Studio,
Wonderful.
and a lot of what do you call packages. I know the basics.
Awesome. 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 All right.
Thank
So
you.
I'll go to the next participants. I'll go to Abdul Aziz. Can you just tell us about yourself? It's not audible. You have to unmute. You have to unmute and then speak. Yes, Abdul.
Abdul Kader from Nigeria, and this is my second time, I think, to join this webinar.
So this is second course you're doing with us?
Well, I joined last R1.
Okay, okay, okay. All right, all right. Most welcome. Thank you. I'll go to Ganesh Prasad Adhikari ji. Ganesh.
Hello, sir. I'm Ganesh Prasad Adhikari from Nepal. I'm a teacher at university level. I want to learn intermediate R programming. I have already done basic program from this platform. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Most welcome to this workshop, as you have already done the previous workshop. You enjoyed the previous workshop?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So nice program, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You will enjoy this also. You will enjoy this also. I guarantee.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is guaranteed. Now I'll take Chetan Dorji from Bhutan.
Namaste and good evening from Bhutan to each and every one of you. My name is Chetan Dorji, and I'm from, I work as a lecturer under Royal University of Bhutan. And yeah, I did my basic course from same platform, thanks to Dr. Mukesh and Pramar. Yeah, that's it about me.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Love from us to Bhutan.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you. So I'll go to next Aditya.
Hello, good afternoon to everyone.
Good afternoon, good afternoon.
My name is Aditya from Nigeria. I'm a lecturer at Bayer University, Kano here. I joined some of the classes of the basic one, though I didn't finish, but I felt I had enough knowledge to do this advanced class, and that's why I'm here. I'm basically a lecturer and a dentist, so that's majorly all about me for now.
Is it first time you're joining our workshop?
I took some of the basic classes, like 3 or 4 classes. I didn't finish due to network issues, but I felt I had enough knowledge to jump to the advanced class, and here I am.
Okay, great. In case if you want to repeat the basic program, it is already happening in 5 to 7 Indian time. You can join that also, right?
I know. I'm like an intermediate AO user. That's why I said let me just join this class.
All right, all right. If you are aware of that, then no need to join. If you are just
I'm on the WhatsApp group, so I'm aware of the class.
Okay, okay, wonderful, wonderful. I'll go to now Sishon.
Yes, hello. I'm Sishan Mardhan from Nepal. So I did our basic course from the same program, and now I'm here for the R2.
Wonderful.
And my bachelor's was in applied physics, and now I'm doing environmental science master's.
All right. Thank you, thank you. Most welcome. Our next participants, Deepshika, right? Did I pronounce it well?
Sir, it's Diksha.
Diksha. Okay, yeah. Diksha. Yes, Diksha. I remember. I think you have done the last week program, right?
Yes. I have done the R Foundation program.
Okay. Why I can recognize from your background. You have a very good background. All right. Most welcome to this program. And just give us a little bit brief about yourself so the other participants can get to know each other.
Well, my name is Diksha Priya Mishra. Currently, I'm pursuing MBA in International Business with Artificial Intelligence from MIT University. I'm in the final year. And Dr. Praveen Kumar sir has visited our, he has given a guest lecture seminar on R&R Foundation. So I have attended that, and as I got the opportunity to know that as I was following Cypher Analytica, so as soon as I got the opportunity that there's a webinar or seminar, this workshop is going to take place, so I thought to join in and brush up my basic skills, which I had done in the previous foundation, and right now I'm looking forward more into the data visualization, how it is.
Awesome. Thank you. Most welcome. Now I'll go to Mr. Kamrul. You need to unmute.
My name is Kamrul Arifin Manso. I'm from Malaysia. Okay. Basically, I'm joining this program, this course, just by yesterday. I just got to know about this program yesterday. I'm a lecturer at one of the local university in mathematics and statistics. So basically, the reason that I joined this course is because of the explanation given by the presenter is very, very good. So it's easier for me to follow the concepts and also the explanation by the presenter. So thank you very much for letting me in this program.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Most welcome, and look forward for more courses. Join us all other courses also. Thank you.
Yeah,
Love
sure.
to Malaysia from us. Okay, we have many other participants to join. Maybe later on tomorrow we will have more discussion with other participants. So I just go to Dr. Pramar now. He joined us. Over to you, sir. We can start the session. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mukesh ji. Welcome everyone for this our intermediate session workshop. We are going to start. Or here we will cover the data visualization, and then data preparation, and finally we cover the inferential analysis with factor analysis also. So we start with the data visualization today. So first let me share my screen, my PowerPoint presentation with you. So we see some theory part, then we start with R today itself. And I just open that. Just a moment, give me a so data visualization. Just a moment. Yes, I adjust this all things then. I think I am audible to you all properly. Is there any disturbance in the voice? No.
No. No.
Okay.
No.
And this screen is on your window.
Yes.
Okay. So we are going to start the data visualization with R, and I will explain you why we visualize the data first. See, why we visualize the data. It is another way of summarizing the data, and we could understand it proper way, because we do the summarize. What is the summarizing mean? As we get the mean of certain data, we get the standard deviation of certain data, certain variable, and we could have so many idea about the data. When we do the data analytics, when we involve in the data analytics, after getting the mean and the standard deviation, these all statistics, we could go to some conclusion about the data. So same thing is here in the data visualization. We could summarize the data. It is a way to summarize the data. Many times simple numeric summaries are not enough. For example, while finding patterns in the data, how frequently the data is distributed. So for that purpose, we required some figures and histogram like that. Images capture imagination of audience better than dry numbers in many cases. So this is the psychologically or the scientifically, it is already been proved. And what are the popular visualization if we see? So I will show you. First one graph you see, it is a histogram. It's a histogram. We use the frequency. It is the how frequent the data is spread, and this is we always use the frequency here. But in you see here, I have used the count value, but mostly in the bar plot we use the percentage. Okay, so it is the bar plot. The second plot is here. It is the data distribution it is showing us, and histogram and bar plots we have seen here. Then there is a data distribution box plots and the violin plots we also use. The box plot gives us the range from the minimum value and the maximum value, first quartile, third quartile, median, it provides us. And the violin is for the same purpose, but it is provides us the how frequent the data is here. Here the frequency is higher, here is the width is high. Wherever the width is low, the frequency is low. This is a violin plot, just like a box plot, but it will not provide us the information about the first quartile, third quartile, and median. It will just provide us the how frequently the data is there. And next we see, this is our point plot. So we just point the categorical variable, one categorical variable we have taken. There are two categories, and the one is the numeric variable we have taken. Or the previous sessions who has attended already, they know the empty cast data already. There is a AM is the automatic and the manual gear transmission, and the mileage. So we are in the perspective of this gear transmission, we are seeing the mileage here. So it is the minimum value of the mileage, the maximum mileage, the minimum mileage, and the maximum mileage is the minimum mileage of the automatic vehicle, and this is the maximum mileage of the automatic vehicle, and this is the minimum mileage of the manual vehicle, and it is the maximum mileage of the manual vehicle. Here you see it is the jitters. So I have applied the jitter and point both. So data is the frequency just double here. We should not apply both together. Otherwise either we use the point or we use the jitter. So here the jitter just what do? Here some points are overlapped to each other. So when we use the jitter, it is spread those points.
So what is jitter?
Jitter is just spread those points which are overlapped to each other. So it on the parallel, it spread it. There are 2 points here, or here in the point you see there we are getting only 1 point, and it is overlapped to each other. So when we apply the jitter, so there are 3 points basically. So you see 1, 2, 3 having the same average.
So jitter is a function?
Jitter is a function for the graph. It's not a function, it is a graph, type of graph, jitter.
Okay.
So what kind of information does it contain?
It will provide us how the data is spread, where the high frequency, where the low frequency, you could see here. There are 2 values. So in this way you could see it. Okay. When we do the practical, I will explain you more this thing.
Sure.
Okay. So here you see the frequency is spread in this way. So we see where the how the frequency distribution is there. It is the individual frequency distribution we could get here, but in the histogram we see in the interval way. Okay, if I show you the histogram, you see it is the interval 50 to 100. There are this much frequency. But here in the jitter, you see we will see the individual point. Yeah. It is not in group. There is some relationship graphs which are the scatter plot or the smooth curve or the line plot. So it is the scatter plot where both the variables are numeric, weight and mileage of the car and the weight of the car. As the weight increases, mileage decreases. This is the general relation between mileage and weight. If I join this all, so you will see I will get this plot in this way. And if I use the point and line both, so I will get in this way. So this all we could do in R. And it's very, very pretty graphs we could do. What is the smooth graph? It is the predictive line we are making here, predictive curve. And this shadow is the fluctuation in the prediction. It is the interval. In a confidence level, we could say that. So these are these confidence levels. So it may, we predict at this point. Here, suppose we have a 3,000 pound weight of a car. So it should be like this mileage. Mileage should be near about 20 miles per gallon. But it may fluctuate from here to here. From here to, yeah. It may be like this also, it may be under this. So this is the prediction we are taking. Understand this thing? Okay. So I just showing you the graph. We will do in detail. It will the 3 or 4 day session of the data visualization, not a 1 day session. These are the bar plot. When we use the pie chart and these are, in the R, we have to first make a bar plot, then we convert them in a polar world. Okay. So it is a pie chart I have prepared here. And I will show you, this is also a polar world graph. It is a different nature. I will explain you this here when we use it. And this is also a polar world graph. You could see it here. And this all we do with the library ggplot. ggplot means the grammar of graphics. So in the R basic, we could not make very pretty graphs. We could make the graphs what we could understand the data nature and the behavior of the data. For that purpose, we could prepare the graph in the R basic. But in with the help of ggplot library or the package, we could create very pretty, very awesome graphs.
Sir, ggplot2 and ggplot both are different packages.
No, we use the ggplot2 generally. ggplot2 is the latest version of ggplot.
Okay, sir. Okay.
But we use the function ggplot itself. In the ggplot2, we also use the function name is ggplot.
Sure.
Okay. So idea is to streamline visualization and do away with approaching each visualization separately with some popular name. Okay. So visualization processes of the made of two steps. One is the aesthetic, which are related to data, which are linked with the data. On the x-axis, you are putting some variable. On the y-axis, you are putting some variable. So that is the aesthetic. And overlaying geometric layer on the top of the magnetic generate visualization. So what does it do? It we put a layer on a layer and then another layer on that layer. So you could make very pretty graphs. Okay, we use the layers one by one, and we use some aesthetics which apply on the, in the base layer you have put some aesthetics, so it will apply on all the succeeding layers. Okay, so I will explain you this thing in practical so you could understand better. So essential grammatical elements, if we see, there are 3 essential elements. There are more elements, but we first talking about the more important variable, which are the required attributes. We could say the data set being plotted, what you have to plot. Then aesthetics, the scales onto which we map our data. Suppose the mileage scale is a different, suppose the age and income, there are 2 different things, there are 2 different variables. And the age has only 2-digit number. But income has 5 digits, 6 digits in this way. So aesthetic is that it will, as per the data, it will decide the scale automatically. It is little bit intelligent. We don't have to set the limit. Automatically, it will decide the limit and it will give a very pretty graph. Geometries is the shape. Just you are putting the point in the scatter plot. So it is a geometry. If you are creating a histogram, so it is a geometry. So that is the geometry. You are making a polar world like the pie chart, or these are all the geometries. So these 3 elements are very, very important, essential elements. Okay. And if you see the more all grammatical elements, if we talk about, there are this much grammatical elements we use in the ggplot. First is the data, you already know that. Second is the aesthetics, what variables we take in the x and y axis, whatever. Geometries, I have explained you, visual elements used for our data, the histogram, bar plot, whatever. Facets, plotting small multiples. We also use some small multiples of a data. And statistics, representation of data to aid understanding. So we could use some statistics, some values or whatever, the mean, and these are statistics we could use there. And coordinates the space on which the data will be plotted. So what how you are arranging your data space. And the themes is all known data link. Themes may be the background, the color of something, X labels, color of Y labels, and the size and font of your title, and these all things are the themes. These are on data link, non-data link, and this is not related to data. So these 7 attributes, all grammatical elements we could apply. First 3 are very important, which is required mostly, and next 4 is as per your requirement, you could take them. And if we see, again, I have explained this in a different perspective. The data, we know that these all 7 elements I have mentioned here again. Variables of interest. Data is the variable of interest. And the aesthetics, x-axis, y-axis, and the color, fill, size, labels, alpha, shape, line, width, line type. These are all we could include in the aesthetics, in aesthetic attributes. And the geometries is the point, line, histogram, bar plot, box plot, whatever. Facets may be the row and columns. Okay. And statistics, the binding, smoothing, descriptive, inferential. And binding, we are binding it, we are smoothing it, the descriptive, inferential, whatever you want, we could do there. And coordinates is the Cartesian, fixed, polar, limits, whatever you want, the Cartesian you could take. And themes are the non-data link, as I explained earlier. You see, if you have a data and static, if you have a data and aesthetic, so the first layer would be of data and the second would be of aesthetic. And then if you put the aesthetic, so you see here the ggplot, mammals is a data set, aesthetic is on the, I just show you the little bit, I have not completed this PowerPoint. Alpha is the transparency or the opacity of the data. Opacity of the data. And then when we produce the density curve, density diagram, then the diagram of the backend backside should be visible. And otherwise the front diagram will hide the backward, the diagram which is on the backside. So we decrease the opacity. So both would be visible to us. Understand? So it is the brain size and the body size of the animal. On the x-axis is the body size, the brain size. So it is the animals are there. This is the elephant and the hippopotamus is given their body size and the weight size. So it is the mammals is the data set. Aesthetic is the A. On x-axis we are taking the body size. On the y-axis we are taking the brain. And I am using the geometry geom point. So these three aesthetics we have to use to create a graph. And these are the essentials one. So we write in this way. I will explain you later on. It's very easy. And the facets I have not given here, the graph I will give it, but I need to. One more thing which is very, very important here, the aesthetic mapping. You see, in the Excel and the other, in the Excel, most of you have used the Excel, advanced Excel, whatever. So we could produce a graph not more than 2 variables. I have taken here 5 dimensions. One is the weight, second is the mileage. Then I have taken the gear transmission, automatic and manual. So automatic I am taking circle and the manual I am taking triangle. And then I am taking another variable, another dimension, which is the VS, V-shaped engine and straight engine. So red is for the V-shaped engine and green is for the straight engine. And then I am taking the cylinder. So cylinder I have not taken as a factor. So there is only 4, 6 and 8 cylinder, but because I have not converted them in factor, so it is giving me 5 and 7 also, which is not a part of this. And these are not the unique values basically, but I have intentionally not given here. So I could give you the special attention give on this thing. So you see, we could easily interpret this. So you know that as the weight increases, mileage decreases. This is the first thing. Second thing, you see the circle and triangle with perspective to gear transmission. So you see the small vehicle having low weight, they are mostly manual. They are mostly manual. You see here is a triangle. Mostly are the triangles are here. And then here is, you see that these are the circles. So this circle means the heavyweight vehicles are mostly, circle means automatic, A for automatic. So heavyweight vehicles are mostly automatic vehicles. Does that make sense to you? Second thing, as per the VS, we see the red and green. So red is for the V-shaped engine and green is for the straight engine. In the small vehicles, there is mostly we have the straight engine. And in the somewhere there is a overlapping. Maybe.
Sir, the red triangle also denotes the V-shape engine. V.
Red triangle also. It is for the color. Color is showing us the V-shaped and the straight.
Okay.
So green is for the straight and red is for the V-shaped engine. So these are the V-shaped engine.
Irrespective of the triangle or circle, right?
Yeah. irrespective of the triangle and circle. Okay. Third is the cylinder, number of cylinders. So you see the small one. So this is the 4 cylinder. This is the medium. So it is the 6 cylinder. I have explained you 5 is not there and 7 is not there because I have not written the factor here.
But sir, they are not in black in color, right?
No, they are not in black in cover. It's just showing the shape of the size of the data, size of the points. Sorry.
Okay, so even red bubbles are like, if it is
Yeah.
big, those are coming like 8.
So this size, there are 3 sides only, 1, 2, and 3.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this one size is for the 4 cylinder, the small circle and the small triangle, and this medium triangle and the medium circle. These are for 6 cylinder, and the large circle and the large triangles. You see this large triangle and these large circles represent the 8 cylinder.
Yes, sir.
So we could interpret this data. We are using 5 dimension in one. That is not possible in other softwares. Okay.
So can you explain this cycle 4, 5, 6? This one. I didn't get it.
Basically, we have 3 part here. Okay. I have not mentioned that factor. If I mention the factor, so I will not get this one. This is not there in data. In data, there is 4 cylinder, 6 cylinder, 8 cylinder levels only. Understand? So this is for the 4 cylinder.
So these are the levels. I
Levels.
didn't get it. What
Yeah.
are these?
For 4 cylinder, these are the 3 levels we have only there.
Okay.
But I have not taken as a factor. Here you see I have chosen the factor. So factor I have chosen, so I am getting only the 2 levels, whatever appear. Otherwise, I will get the range from 0 to 1. The color range from 0 to 1.
Okay.
I will not get the separate colors. Okay. If I don't take the factor. So here I have not taken the factor, so I am getting 5 and 7, which is not there. Okay. But it will
Yes.
mention here 5 and 7 because it is representing the integers. So in between whatever the integer will come, it will mention here. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah. We can see the many dimensions, many variety of parameter in one graph. Yeah. Yes, sir. It's very interactive and very, very awesome graphs we could produce here. This you see that this is the default color. I have not selected the color. How pleasant is the color you see. Automatically it will take the default color. You could change the color palette also, but in default it provides us it is the scatter plot matrix. So it is the weight and mileage you see. Weight and mileage if you see. So it is as the mileage increases, weight decreases. As we have seen earlier. Here weight and mileage. Here on the x-axis is the weight and the y-axis is the mileage now. It is just opposite of that. It is the transpose form of this. It is the weight and displacement. As the displacement increases, weight will also increase. It is the cylinder and weight. We know that in the 4 cylinder, there is a low weight vehicle having the 4 cylinder, but 6 cylinders vehicle having the high weight than this, and the 8 cylinder vehicles will be the higher than this as per the weight. So this all the scatter plot matrix we could plot here, or whatever the different sort of matrix we could prepare it. So there are so many things we have taken in one graph. Okay. And here we see the scatter plot of weight versus mileage. It is a separate I have taken. We could take in this way. Also, we could combine the plots, different plots. I have combined the different plots, the weight and mileage and weight and displacement and the histogram of weight, the box plot of weight, or you could combine so many plots all together. Here you see, here I have given some other, so is car weight, the miles per gallon, and there is a histogram, oh, sorry, box plot of this car weight, and this is the box plot of the miles per gallon. So this way we could prepare so many graphs. So we starts with R. This is the scatter plot I have converted in coordinate transformation. Just like a radar, I have used these points. I have changed the axis. And this I have explained you earlier. First bar plot when we could convert in any sort of polar world graph. Now we see the implementation in R.
Sir, will be given the slides?
Yeah. Slides as well as script also. Okay.
Okay.
And sir, like which data you are using so that accordingly.
And data sets we will provide you. Don't worry. We will provide the data sets.
Yeah, or kindly use some online data so simultaneously we can also follow the same.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I just opened that project of visualization. So first I close my previous files which are here. Then we start. First I will show you the graphs with basic R. We will not use the ggplot first. We use how we could prepare the graph with R basics without using any library. So first visualization, I will explain you about the pie chart. And I have given everything in detail in the script, syntax and everything. So you see the syntax of pie chart is the X is the variable.
Power bank lana.
And there is a labels. Then radius.
Charger आणून दे ना please तिकडलं. Charger.
Okay. Then main is the title of the graph, color, and clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. In which direction you want to put the name. That is the arrangement. So I will show you here. I will explain each way, each syntax here. X is the vector containing the numeric values used in the pie chart. Labels is used to give the description of the slices. Radius indicates the radius of the circle of the pie chart. And color indicates the color palette. And clockwise is a logical value indicating if the slices are drawn clockwise or anti-clockwise. So if you have to see the syntax, you put the question mark and write that function name, pi. Okay, I have given the syntax here, pi. And you could get the whole syntax over there in this help. Okay, you will get these all things. More than that, I have written there. Every descriptions you will get here. Okay, you will get some also, some data, and there you could copy paste and you could run it, you could change the value and see what happens. So here I am making one vector 21, 62, 10 and 53, whatever it may be the temperature or humidity, whatever, X. And labels I am making the London, New York, Singapore and Mumbai. These are the labels. So if I show you the labels, these are the labels I have. And I'm making a pie chart. So I am using only X and labels. These are this would be as a default. I will not use this all. Okay, all attributes are not compulsory. After the session, we provide this always today. Today we'll provide the today's material, so you could practice it. Sometimes we provide also in advance because the one script may run 2 days also. Sometimes.
Sir, it's better to share the material or the helping practice so we can easily understand and perform it after each session and can easily
After each
ask
session, we
related
provide it.
questions.
We provide with the session. Don't worry.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Along with the session, we provide it. Don't worry.
Okay.
So I am just using the 2 attributes, which are the essential attributes. Some attributes are required. Some attributes are default. So if we don't put that attribute, it will take the default value. Okay. So X and labels are required. So I am putting both and I run this. You see, this is my pie chart with R basic, but it is not pretty and not a good. It's just okay. Okay. And I'm showing you how to give the title name. Title name is the main is the title name, title of the graph. Color palette I could change here. I am taking the rainbow. X is what? X is length of X is the this theta. This sector I am taking this sector. It is a length. So rainbow length X. So I will just run this pie chart and what's happening over there, why it is not running object pi percent. Achha, pi percent I have not taken. The pi percent is not compulsory. So this is this graph. I have changed the palette. Now it's look better than that. Okay. So I will show you this is a CT pie chart. The name I have given. This is the main. So it's very easy syntax, not a tough one. You see, there is the X and labels that is the required. Then main equal to, and under this course, you have to write the name of the chart. And then the color, whatever you want. You may get the rainbow and some other also. So I will, later on, I will explain you where to search this palette's name. Okay. So this all be given to you. Don't worry. Now I want to give the percentage. Generally, we use the percentage as I described you. Explained you the frequency. We don't mention the frequency, we use the percentage. So I am rounding off the 100 into X sum X and this up to 1 decimal places. I am getting this percentage. And if I show you the percentage, pi percent, so you will get this is the pi percent of the values which are X, and the percentage of the X I have given here. So I explained in the syntax. X over sum of X, favorable outcome over total outcome into 100. And this round function, I am taking 1 decimal places digit after this. Okay, 1 digit after decimal place. So I have taken 1 here. If I take 2, I will get the 2 digits after decimal. Okay, if I don't use anything, I don't use this command, so I will get the values in after decimal. I will get so many values. So I have used this round command. And now I am making on the x-axis, on the x there is a values, labels here. You see the labels were the New York and London. These were the labels. Now I am changing that labels I am taking pi percent, so I will get the value here now instead of this. And other thing is same. So look at this, these are the percentage value which I have got. Okay. And I want, when I give this, so I have a requirement of the legend. So green is what and the red is what. So I will make a legend which is on the top left. Here I want to put it.
Sir, question mark is compulsory when we run.
No. Question mark is we want some help. Then we put the question mark and then pi we write.
Okay.
That is not a part of your syntax. That is, if you want to know what is the syntax of pi, you forget it, suppose. Then you first push the question mark, then the function name. Or then you run, you will get this here. Or you could also write here pi, whatever you want, put right here. Understand?
Sir, I did try this to make a pie. My the pie has been made, but still I'm getting not in the percent value. I'm getting 1, 2, 3, 4 like that.
Okay, so
I'm
you have
not
run
getting
this
the.
5%.
Yes, sir, I did that.
You did that. And X you have run?
X. Yes, sir, I
Because
have done that.
because we are getting the percentage of this data.
Okay.
Understand?
Yes, sir, I have done that. Let me run it again then.
You run it again.
So still I'm getting the same, the 1, 2, 3, and 4. Only the numbers are something is missing.
Okay. So here what you are getting? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, sir. After
5%.
yes.
So you see here the command 100, then asterisk x, sum of x. You see this command properly.
Okay.
Now try. I think that it would be rectify whatever the problem is there.
Sir, can you just see my screen? I'm not able to find the problem. I don't know like what's wrong.
Okay, so I will just a moment.
Yes.
What's your name? So I could give you the access to share.
Diksha.
the-
Diksha.
Eh?
Diksha.
D say na?
Yes, sir. DIE.
Just a moment. Okay. I just give you a permission. Now you have a button like this new share slide sharing. Are you getting?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Now you share from there.
Okay. Sir, can you see my screen?
Yeah, it's just coming. Now I'm getting. Okay, X21, Singapore, Mumbai, Delhi, 5X labels. Correct. And X. No, labels you have not written in a proper way. Labels spelling is different. LABELS, I think. Here you see, here the pi. No, in the pi it is wrong. That is correct.
Okay.
That was correct. No, that is wrong now. Labels spelling LABELS. BE.
Okay.
Labels. That is correct.
Okay.
You also correct all the spellings. And here also you correct it. Correct. Correct. Now you run this.
Yes, sir. Now I get it.
Got it?
Thank you. Yes.
Please unshare this.
Yes, sir. I did.
Because it is a, if you do some spelling mistake or you sometimes with lowercase uppercase problem also happens. Case sensitive language is this. I will show everywhere. Don't be so hurry, Mr. Raut. I will show everything. We will cover it, but one by one. And I am going to show you the legend. I want to put on the left side.
So
So I
can
am
you
right.
please share your screen?
Oh, okay. My screen. Sorry, I share my screen. Just a moment. Are you getting my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I am putting the on the left, top left, this legend. Legend means the London, New York, Singapore, whatever. So these are the legend names I have given, whatever I had here. Okay, these legends I have taken here. And CX6 is 0.5. So 0.5 I will show you. It is the size of that legend. And the fill, the color will be as same as I have mentioned here. This I have to put in the fill. And then it
Sir,
should be same.
Sir, what is CEX?
It is the size of that
0.5.
legend.
Okay, sir.
Size of legend. Okay. You see, I am getting this legend here. I could increase the size. I am taking 0.7. Got it? I am getting 0.9. Let's see. Getting? So it is the size of the legend. You could adjust the size. Okay, I could share the material day before. Don't worry if you have a requirement. But I think that first you understand, then you run, it will be better. Now for the 3D plots, what we do? We will install one package, that is the Plotrix. I will explain you everything. One by one, we see how we create it, how we get the palettes. You could see the palettes on the internet also. Okay. You see the R palettes. You could work out it from there also. And I could also show you the just a minute. I have the palettes here also. This is basically a color chart we use in R and some other also there. Okay, I will give you that. Just a minute. The chat sheet I will give you all sort of, and then you could use it. There the syntax and everything is there. You could use this also. Okay.
Sir, what is cheat sheet?
Cheat sheet is a small syntax is given for every attributes and everything.
So this cheat sheet is especially for R, means we have
especially
to read
for
it
R, especially for R. For the all topics, you will get the separate.
Okay, so sir, means without R we can't open it, right?
No, without R, it is in the PDF format.
Okay.
So they have given everything we have given there. So it is the Plotly. For the Plotly, what we are going to use now, that library, we are just going to start that. And how we give the command, how we get the graph, bubble map, how we get the mobile map of this. You could copy it and paste it, because here we have given the vector also. You don't require any data set. We have created a small data inside it, and you could see. So for the 3D plot, we use the Plotrix library. And I run this. Whenever you have to run a library, use a library function, then you have to import the library. So here the import syntax is the library. You have to write the library, then that library name in the parentheses, and you run this. It has been imported now. Now you could apply the function of this library. This library function is Py3D. And I am again making that same X and label. Label I am using LBL now. The object name of label I have given LBL. And the Py3D X labels is equal to LBL explode 0.5. I will explain you what does it mean by the explode. And the main, you know that the name of the figure. So I will show you. It is the, you see, it is the explode is 0.5. If I reduce the explode 0.1, then you see. Now understand what does it mean by the explode. We could take two. Understand? So it is the 3D plot, but we prefer to make a pie plot with R, ggplot. Now we see the bar charts. This is all about the pie chart. We are just understanding. We could not make a very pretty graph here. Now we have used the one function. We have used the whole syntax to convert that in percentage. We have used the round 100 into x over sum of x. The favorable outcome over total outcome multiplied by 100. And then we have round off it to 1 decimal places. Okay, Sumaira, got it? And the bar chart, you know that the bar chart we create for the categorical variable, bar plot. So here is a x, h is our that variable, and x label, y label is the label of x and x axis and y axis we have to write here. Main is the title, names dot argument, and color. So names dot argument I will explain you. First, I am making one h vector, the value vector, which is the 7, 12, 28, 3, and I just make a bar plot of h. So this I am getting as per the value. I have not written anything. I have that numeric vector and I have used it. So it is the 7, then 12, then 28, then 3, and then 41. Got it? But I want some names here in the argument. What is this? What is this? What is this? So that is I am making one vector for them. That is a March, April, May, June, and July. March, April, May, June, and July. I run this. And then I again make the bar plot. I am using most of the arguments. H is this one. Names dot argument, I am using this M. Okay. X label, here I will get a label month. Y label is the revenue. Color I want to put green color. Main is the chart. Title is the revenue chart. And the subtitle also I could put the R programming. So instead of R programming, I am writing here. I am writing first sem revenue, 6 months revenue. Border brown. So I will run this. You see, I will show you in a zoom so you could see it better way. It is the, now you are getting this. It is the month. First semester is the subtitle. It is the revenue chart is the main title. It is the label month. Y label revenue. This is the names dot argument. March, April, May, June, July. Color green, and the border I have taken brown. Understand? So you have to do some practice only 1 or 2 times.
Put the line under the x-axis similar to y-axis.
Line, what I could not understand. The line.
The line like this is similar to buy, like so similar bar there should be some line if we want to put it or not.
We could put it. I will explain that everything. Don't worry.
And one more thing, like we have some data in Excel, then how we can like put it here and make the bar plot, yeah, histogram.
Suppose I will show you. I'm taking one data which is default. You have mentioned your mobile number only. Please you change, rename yourself, no? Yeah. Please you mention your name. There is an option of rename yourself. Okay. Yeah. If we have a data like I am using the arthritis data. Okay. For arthritis data, I have to use a library VCD. Okay. Then I could use the arthritis data. And here in the arthritis data, I have different variables. I just show you. I have a variable like ID, patient ID, treatment, treated and placebo. Two sort of treatment is there. And there is a sex, male and female, age is there, numeric, and the improved is some none and marks, none and mark, none improvement, some improvement, and mark improvement. So I will make the graph for this bar plot. So when we have like this data, then we make bar plot, and we have to use the table inside that. And the table MD dollar improved. I will make this bar plot.
Okay.
So this is the VCD basically. It is the VCD is a package. In this package, we have this arthritis data set. Understand?
Okay, so by using this library, we can make this bar plot from some Excels or some other file.
Yeah. So please, I request you to please you rename yourself. So we could.
Okay.
Anna, please you rename yourself. Okay.
Sir, for plotting, we can also use the Grapher and the Origin Pro. Why we move to the R language for plotting?
Plotting, because it is a language of data analytics, or you don't, you are doing some sort of data analytics, and you have a requirement of some plot. Okay.
So that's why we switched to R instead of the Grapher and Origin Pro and the other softwares for plotting.
In the Microsoft Excel, sometimes what we do, we make a table here and we make a graph in the Microsoft Excel sometimes, because
Yes,
there is
sir.
very easy to plot a graph.
Okay.
In the Excel. But
Yes, sir.
some sort of graph we could not create in the Microsoft Excel.
Yes, sir.
Here, as I have mentioned, you multi-dimension graph you have to create. So you could not create those sort of graph there. The smooth graph we could not produce in Microsoft Excel. So then we use R for the plotting. The
Sir,
yeah.
Sir, I have work in my master studies on the Origin Pro. That's why I'm asking that the Origin Pro we perform all the activities and we can draw easily the 3D plot. And now I want to switch to the language like Python and all. That's why I have joined this workshop. So I'm asking that to move to the R language is easy as compared to the other softwares.
So which software you are using at present?
Sir, I have used Origin Pro for my plots in the research thesis for masters.
Okay. So R is universally, it is being used.
Okay.
So for the in future, it would be very, very beneficial for you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, it has been the stake in R. The Microsoft has taken some stake in R also.
Yes,
But
sir.
there is a MOU where it would always be open source.
Okay, sir.
They will not fully commercialize it,
Mm-hmm.
and they will give only the commercial license to the corporate sector where they require the real-time data. They want some security,
Yes,
but
sir.
we won't have any real-time data.
Mm.
So we could do the analysis here.
So what is real-time data?
Real-time data with which are linked to the just like a banking sector data, insurance company data.
Okay.
So that is the real-time data. We are doing some transactions. So it is the real-time transaction. Or it is they are using the open source software for analyzing of this thing all. So it may be hacked by the hackers.
Yes, sir.
So at
So
that
in
moment,
the
they require some paid version, paid license for the server and this side from R.
sir, in the diagram, I'm not getting this sub part.
No.
I wrote the syntax what you have written, but I'm not
Yeah.
getting into the border like sub first sem.
Okay, you have not got this. So I think that you have done some mistake in the writing. Sub equal to first sem. It should be in the course whatever you are writing. And there is a bracket. Have you read? Use the bracket. This bracket. Close bracket.
Yes, sir. At last I used that.
And in spite of that, you are not getting it.
Yeah. In any sense, leave it, sir. We'll check.
Okay. It is not getting the downside first sem.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That part is missing.
Can you copy paste your syntax in the chat box?
Yes, I'm sending it to you.
Okay.
Sir, how can we?
I sent, sir.
Sir, how can we change the scale? Like it's 20, 10, 20, 30, 40. So we have to increase the scale or decrease the scale. How do we do that?
Yeah, I will explain it. Don't worry. We will cover everything step by step. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Don't worry. I will explain you everything. We will put the some grid line also. How we could put the grid line. We are not using at that moment the grid line. But one by one, I am step by step. I will show you.
I have shared, sir.
First sem. You take this. I just take this and I paste it here. I change. It is working here at my system.
Oh, that's coming, sir. No? Yeah.
I have not done anything else, but I have just changed the color so I could differentiate previous figure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Maybe some issue in my laptop.
Maybe there is.
Yes, sir. No worries, sir.
There may be default dimension is sometimes, so it is not mentioning there. It would be there, but it is hidden.
So what is the way to sort it out?
I will tell you about it. Okay, there is some default data this graph type. I will explain later on this also.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure, sir.
And now this you understand, Alka, how to use this table, the graph
Yes,
from
sir.
the
Yes,
table.
sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Now we see the group bar chart and stacked bar chart. It is the stacked bar chart. I will explain. We are taking the colors green, red, and yellow, and the month March, April, May, June, July. In the regions we are taking east, west, and north. 3 regions. So it is for the stack. And the values I am putting because the every graph I have the 6 month and 3 this stack condition is north and west region. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 5 is here. 5 3 times 15. So I require the 15 values. So there are 15 values I have put here. Number of row is 3 and the number of column is 5. The by row 2. So this is the matrix I am making for this. 3 by 5. In a column, I will get the 5 columns and 3 rows. So I will show you this one by one. So what is the colors? You will see. Okay, I will just run this and then I will show you. So this is the colors and this is my month 5 and regions 3 and values, which is a matrix. So it is my matrix. So 2, 4, 5 and this would be here in the stack form. I will show you. So I am making a bar plot. Values I am taking as my data. These values. This graph, this matrix I am taking as values. Man is the total revenue. That is if I write in this way, it would better. You could better understand now. Then names dot argument we see we will get here. That is a month. And X level is a month and Y level is our revenue. And I run this. I make first plot. So this is my plot. Okay. I have taken 3 colors, green, red, and yellow. Green for east, red for west, and yellow for right. Sorry, north. Okay. And the legend I want on the top left region. This is the size of the region. These are the regions I am taking. This is west, north, and the fill colors. And colors I have taken here. These colors is here. So I run this. And you see it is very, very small. So I make it 0.5. So I'm getting it in this way. And the length of values I am asking you, the length of values if I write, so these are the 15 values. Okay. I just explained it. And this is our bar plot. No, sorry, not the bar, a bar stack plot, I would say. Now we see the box plot. Now, box plot, I will explain you. X data notch, variable width, names, and main. Notch is, I will explain you notch later on. First we make one bar plot, then I will use the notch also.
Sir, I did not understand this. How did we give different colors to east, west, and north?
Because I have written here colors, you see. And the regions is also I have written 3.
Okay. So automatically it becomes.
Yeah. Or fill what I have done in this bar plot. I have used the color as a colors.
Okay. Okay.
And the same color I am using in the fill. When I will use in the legends, I always write the fills.
Yes. Sir.
When I write in the figure, the plot syntax, I will write as a color. The same variable I will use. Understand?
Okay, sir. Got it. Yes, sir.
So we'll get the same one. The box plot acts data, notch, var width, names, and main. So I will explain you. So empty cast data, most of you know about the empty cast data. There are 11 variables. Having different numeric variables we have. So I am taking the empty cast data as input. So I will not take this. I just take the box plot, mileage, and cylinder. mileage is on the y-axis. Whenever I put the tilde, it means the before tilde, whatever I will write, it is on the y-axis. It is called the y. And after tilde, it is x. So it is the y. On the y-axis, I will get the mileage, numeric, which one? Or cylinder, you know that it is not numeric. Cylinder is a categorical variable, is the 4, 6, and 8. And it is a 3, very few unique values, but it is here numeric. Data empty cars, X level number of cylinders, Y level miles per gallon, color green, yellow, and purple. Because I have 3 type of cylinder, 4, 6, and 8. So 4 cylinder, I will get the green color, then yellow, then purple. And the main is the mileage data. I explain it first. I run this. So I will show you again. In this way, you see. It is the 4 cylinder. The mileage per gallon, it is the high mileage, it will provide us the high mileage. If there are number of cylinder increase, the consumption of fuel will also increase. So it is here only. And in the 8 cylinder, you see the mileage also decreases. So this is, in this way, we could get this graph. Is there any doubt here?
Sir, can you please show that data once?
Okay. I will show you that data. Look at this. This is a mileage.
Okay.
This is the number of cylinder. 4, 6, and 8. This
Okay,
is
sir.
categorical. Okay. And
Yeah,
this is
yes.
a continuous variable. So continuous variable we mostly put on the y-axis, and the categorical we use on the x-axis.
You're both speaking my mind. This is what
Okay.
speaking my. I sat down
Yes,
there, my
sir.
eye was close to gradually.
Please you mute yourself. So in this way, you just try this, you change few values and you could do it. It will take little time. And I have mentioned here one function, which I will, yeah, we could export this bar plot to any format. I will show you how we could export this. There is an export button, you see. Click on this, save as image. You could save in any format, PNG, JPEG, TIF, TIFF, and BMP, MetaLive, SVG, EPS. So over here, you could mention the, change the size. And you could see the update preview here first. You change your size, whatever I want here, 700. And I update the preview. I am getting in this way. I increase this size. Update the preview.
Sir, from where did you get this option?
Okay, I will show you. Here, you see?
Export, yes, sir.
Export. So this is the save image in any format, PNG, JPEG, whatever you want. You want to maintain the aspect ratio, then you want to change it is 700, then it will automatically change and you will see that preview.
And I can paste it on Word file, this graph.
You save it somewhere, then you copy paste it.
Okay.
It will be saved here in my project. Okay. These are files I have saved from here, and I will show you that file. This is one. Today we have met na, October 19. Yeah, this one.
Yes, sir.
So you could copy paste it. It is in your folder, the data visualization folder. If I show you, this is my folder. Okay. So here that file I could copy and paste it. This one. I copy and I could paste on the Word. With the Word file. Got it?
Yes, sir, got it.
In this way you could copy paste. Very easy.
Yes, sir.
And you could also save in a PDF format. Landscape portrait on the PDF page, you will get it. I will show you the preview. You see, this is the PDF format. It is not usable for us. We take the whole page. Cancel. Now, I am using one tapply function. I will explain this function later on. Empty cars mileage data and empty car cylinder data. And empty cars mileage is what our numeric continuous, and cylinder is a categorical. I want the summary. I want the mean. So I will see the mean here. I will show you the mean. So these are the mean of the 4-cylinder vehicle, the mileage mean, 6-cylinder vehicle mileage mean, and the 8-cylinder vehicle mileage mean is this much. Okay. And then I create one bar plot. So I will get this bar plot. It is not, we could decorate it with color and everything. I have just given the E. So it is giving me this one. Tapply, I have got this. Okay. Now, some questions are there. It's a matter of choice. We could use the GPG, JPEG, we could use any format, PNG, whatever. Okay. I will get slow, no problem. Are you getting this? This is the E, this is a tapply function. I will explain you this function later on. Okay. In the chapter of data preparation, next chapter. But here I have used this function. Okay, so I have not explained this in well. Here you see I am using the mileage and cylinder data empty cars, X level, Y level, main, notch, many true kiya either. I have done the notch true. War with
What is
true.
notch?
I will explain you. You see the graph, then you could understand what
Okay,
does
okay.
it mean. Color and the names. So I will just run this. This is the notch.
Oh,
Okay, this is the median line. Okay.
yes, sir.
This is the notch.
Sir, how will we interpret this?
This we could see the upper hopper. These are called the hopper basically. So this hopper is higher than this.
Yes, sir.
So we could easily understand. It is not much useful, not interpretable. Like box plot is better than that. If I just remove this notch, if I make it false, if I just write the F, it is okay. So this box plot is better than that. Not just I want to show you that what is notch.
Yes, sir.
It's just like a.
Sir, and what is variable width?
Variable width is true. If I make it false, then you will see what difference we get here. Understand?
Yeah.
It will take the default width. If I take the true, then width will compress. That is
Okay,
not
sir.
useful, much useful. Not
Okay.
And the histogram we see, histogram we have a numeric variable I am taking here. And here I am taking the histogram V is a numeric variable, X level and the color and the border and the brakes. Brakes is not important here. It will take automatically. The R is intellectual language, basically itself. So if we don't mention the brake, then it will automatically take the brake, the histogram as per the requirement. If I take the break, and then you see what will happen. Understand this? This is the 3 I have taken, the breaks is 3.
So, sir, 3 breaks means 3.
It is in this, there is some problem in this syntax basically. We
Okay.
won't get the 3 break, 1, 2, 3, 4, we are getting the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 inside if field. So generally if I use 4, you will say I will get the same thing. If I write the below, if I write the 5, then it will change. So it is up to 4, it is okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it?
Yes, sir.
If you write less than that,
Right
you will
now, sir,
get
it's a
only this one.
5, right?
R will not reduce it.
So right now
Okay.
it's a 5, right?
5 is here, 4 is here. So it is the 1, 2, 3, 4 inside that. Not this we have to include.
Okay, yeah. We exclude the extreme one.
If I write here 3, it will take only 4. It will not reduce it. It will give the same graph.
Yeah.
If I write 2, then it is giving me like that. Because it is not, there is some problem in the making a class interval of that. It may be some irrational number. Sorry, the rational number or non-terminating rational number. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Binding it, then it is getting non-terminating rational number, then it will not convert that bind. Okay? Like 22 by 7. Or if you divide any number by 7, then you will see, you will get the rational number which is non-terminating. At that moment, it will not change the bind. Understand? Here it is binding 4 times, but if I say the 3 times, so then it is dividing it. It could not change it. Understand? So that algorithm works here. If I say 5, that will work. If I say 6, it will not work. If I say 7, I say 8. So there is very few value, I think. 0.2, 2 is there, 1 is there. What is the frequency? 1, 2 frequency. How can we do that? Not possible. Okay.
Sir, one doubt. Sir, it's like, so you have put now border blue. So we cannot see a border blue. Why?
No, there is a blue border. You see. Are you getting it now? The thickness is not proper. You could, I will explain to each and everything how to increase the thickness of the border and so many things we have to learn. Just I am showing you the basic commands.
Okay.
Tomorrow I will explain each and everything about the line and everything I will explain. Now suppose I explained you the empty cast data, and the empty cast data you see the mileage is our continuous variable. So I want to make a histogram of this mileage. So it's very easy. HIST history. So I'll show you how to write this. I just remove. Empty cast. Then you put the dollar. When you put the dollar, you will get the variable names. I'm selecting mileage and I run this. I prepared this graph. So our basic generally we use for our understanding. Okay, it is we use for our understanding basically. We don't use it for the presentation purpose. Presentation purpose we use the ggplot.
Sir, and for Y label, we have to write frequency. Only then it will be displayed, or like it's
No,
displayed
it is
here?
automatically it will display. In default, the histogram always in the y-axis there is frequency.
Okay.
You could change if you want. You could write the count. In default, we get the frequency. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now box plot I will show you. So histogram, instead of histogram, you have to put the box plot, empty cars, dollar mileage, and I run this. You see, it is a box plot I got. It's a fraction of second. It is on our fingertips. If for understanding purpose, when we analyze the data, we see the shape of the data. At that moment, we require the box plot in the histogram. It's very easy. And I will show you another histogram. This is another histogram. X limit. Somebody asked me about how to change the limit of this. So there is a, you see there is a X limit 0 to 50 I have mentioned here, and the Y limit I have mentioned 0 to 5. I could change it. I could do it 100.
We can put these limits in logarithmic form also.
Yeah. Logarithmic also we could take. This is the 100. Okay. But we have data up to 50, na? So we'll get that. Na? So you could change the limit. No
So
problem.
this scale is changing automatically. First it was 0 to 10, now it's 0 to 20, and then in a gap of 20. So how can we change that?
Okay.
And sir,
First
what
I
would be
made
command for logarithmic function?
So that is the breaks. You see here the breaks is 3.
Yes.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. We are getting in inside. How many?
Yes,
1, 2, 3,
4.
4. Right?
Yes,
that is
sir.
the 4. So if I write here 4, I will get the same up to 4.
Yes.
If below 4 I will go, and if I write here 5, you will see. Okay, I'm getting in this way. So you could change it from here. The 7 will be same. So
And sir, what would be command for logarithmic scale?
okay, it would be, I will mention you in that ggplot. It would be better over there.
Yes, sir.
Here is a long syntax we have to write for that. We could write here. I explain you x limit log of wait. I just try this. I get or not. Here it is not possible. Okay, I will show you later. Okay. We have to change the scale only. So when we scale, we change the scale or log of v to text. Change here. I will try it. It's the log scale. I will take a particular data and then we could understand. You see that it is the log scale.
Sir, what is v? V, what you written?
V is this vector. We have taken the log value of this one.
Okay. I got it. Yeah. Now log value of this, then.
So generally we take the log data in a chronological order data, na? Log values, log scale. Just like a time series data, if we see, we use the log scale over there. Most.
Yes, sir.
And here in this bar plot over there, we don't apply that log scale. Understand?
Yes, sir. Got it.
So I will show you later on that where we apply that.
Sure.
As per the requirement. MPG is a variable mileage per gallon. You have attended my previous workshop also, na, Sumeria? Sumeria, you have attended the R1. Then I have explained there's my empty cars data. 1 or 2 times I explained the variables. Yes. No, syntax, if you are using the keywords like xlab and this full you are using with this, so then there is no sequences required. Here I have not used everything. I am used only V. So V is the I have requirement of the sequence at that moment. Otherwise, if I am using the keywords, then there is no requirement of the sequence. I am using the keywords here. I am using the keywords everywhere. That I will explain you how to put the error bars. I will explain you that. Don't. And tomorrow we see this line plot. Okay, these all things. Tomorrow we will cover this. There are so many things. The graphical parameters I will explain you tomorrow. It's not a small script. It is for the R basic only. You see, it is a script of more than 900 syntax lines script we have. 980 lines. So tomorrow we'll take this whole session and then we start that ggplot. It is a 4-day session for this data visualization. We could write the X limit and Y limit before color and border. Don't problem.
So any one of the attribute we can write first and then later, or later and first, right?
If we are using the keyword, understand the keyword. Keyword is the X limit equal to. So that is a keyword. If you are not using the keyword, just you are writing the attribute, then there is a sequence is required.
Like, sir?
Suppose I am making a I take one plot here. I mention here instead of here I write the V. If I write the data, what is the syntax of histogram? If I show you, you will see here. With the X, there is no keyword, but in breaks, breaks is a keyword, and frequency is a keyword, probability is a keyword. So these are the keyword wherever the equal.
And what is attribute in this?
These are all attributes inside this.
All these keywords are attributes, right?
These are all
yeah.
attributes.
So, sir, I mean to say means like I'm writing first vector like X. X is compulsory to write first. Or break I can put first.
No, you could write break anytime, anywhere, because breaks equal to. Then you have to write the breaks. No?
Yeah. So, sir, what I mean to say, I will write hist, then in bracket breaks equal to structs. Then I will put X. Is it fine?
No, it will not work. It will not work.
Okay, so vector must come first.
It must come first.
Then after that we can manipulate like X lab or Y lab either.
You could put this anywhere.
Okay.
Well, it is the keyword we are using. The keyword is the X lab.
Yeah.
So with X lab we are giving it, so no problem. You could write anywhere. It will take the X lab as a.
Sure.
Sir, if we put the frequency as null, like it is given in the help section, what will happen?
Frequency is null. So it is in default. This is the default method.
Okay.
So we have not mentioned the frequency.
Okay, sir.
So in default, it will be null. Otherwise, if we write, we will get it. Okay.
So while putting the.
Sir, if we write frequency, then what will happen?
No,
like
it
if we write
is basically
true
frequency is a logical, true and false.
Okay.
If true, the histogram graphic is a representative of the frequency.
The counts component of the result. Okay, sir.
If false, the probability density component density are plotted. So the histogram has a total area of.
Okay, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you.
So I will explain this all thing, but one step by step. If I explain all the attributes all together, so it will be mismatched and you would not understand the thing properly. First, I am showing the very important one attributes, the small, little attributes. Okay. So I think, Mr. Mukesh, are you there? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So we done for today's workshop.
Yes, sir.
Let's meet again, all of you. Tomorrow, same time, 7. We will start at 7:10 or 7:15, but 7 o'clock most probably we'll start the session to have an introduction. That things so we can know each other. You never know that somebody different part of the world can be helpful to you anytime. So this introduction is very important. So we are not building we are just learning. We are building a relationship also. So let's say that somebody from Nigeria, or maybe somebody is from Malaysia, from India, from US, from UK. These relationship will help each other always, So somehow, either I don't say that it will be always a monetary gain. Sometimes it's like that you help each other in pushing and pulling in terms of education also. So sometimes it's like that somebody inspire you to do something good. In a project itself, somebody required some partners to start with some startups, or maybe some project you are working, you need help. So we all are here to help each other. That's how we move on. That's the philosophy of Cypher Analytica. Cypher Analytica's philosophy is very clear. We help each other, right? And where there's a required of pulling, we pull. Where required of some pushing to grow, right? To grow and make others to grow. Not to, that like in a corporate world, only doesn't happen. Corporate world, everybody thinks that I should grow, others will take it. We don't care about that. But not here. In our institutions, I want everybody to grow.
इंटेन्शन लक्षात घे ना तू काय बोलतोय कसं बोलतोय ग्रामर
Can you just mute yourself, Swapnaja? Right. So I just want to say that that's how we want to grow, and that's how we will treat, and how we're gonna go ahead. Any queries related to study material or payments, feel free to contact us. We are there to help you, right? We are there to help you. Just mail us or WhatsApp us. You have our number. You can just WhatsApp us personally also, in case if you don't want to talk on the public forum, you can talk on the personal note also, right? So we will try to help you as much as we can, right? So study material and everything will be provided. Don't worry. Those who have paid, it will be sent to your email box. And that's all from my side. Any other queries you guys have, please ask me so that I can answer.
Yeah, hello, sir.
Yeah.
So it's me, Shelly. So I wanted to know that can I register for the course now by payment?
Yes.
Okay, like sir, for first course it's like 1,000, and for second it's like 2,000.
Right.
Okay,
For
sir.
R1
Thank
it
you.
is 1,000 rupees, and in dollar it will be around $17-18.
Okay.
And for second course R2 it will be 2,000, roughly around $34-35.
And so both the payment will be done on the account what is shared in the mail ID?
Yeah. You can pay directly to the bank account. You can pay through, if you are from India, you can pay
Yeah.
through Google Pay, Phone Pay, Paytm. And if you are from international participants, you can pay through link also. You can using credit debit card, and
Okay.
most convenient way PayPal for international participants.
Sir,
Okay.
from
So
Pakistan, I want to pay charges. Then how I have to pay this one?
Yeah, from Pakistan you can use PayPal easily to pay.
sir, and for like I missed the first session. So if I pay now, can I get the recording so that I can get prepared for tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay,
Those who
thank
will
you.
pay the payments automatically, you will get all the study material and video link. So you will
Okay,
be
sir.
able to access that for reference. For
Thank you,
future
sir.
also. These videos stay for 1-2 months. After that, get removed. So you can download it in your local system also.
Okay, sir.
But make sure that those who have that access to study material and things, it's very copyright to the Cypher Analytica. Do not post it on the social media or anything. This is some habits happen in past that they start that sharing to the media. No, don't do it. It's very much that it's a very much our job to, that keep it confidential. Few things you did hard work, you spend it so many hours to learn these things. Don't give it free. They want to learn, come, it's free of cost. Ask them to join us, they can learn, but let them pay their time at least to us, so they will understand the value of knowledge. Okay, other question please.
Sir, please guide me again how I have to pay the charges to you people.
Pardon?
I'm from Pakistan. Please again repeat how I have to pay these charges.
You can pay through PayPal. There is a paypal.com. If you go, you can pay through using your national debit card, credit card there on the PayPal account. I have already shared the payment links. You will see there's a payment link of PayPal. So you can use that link and pay that.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other queries? See, that's the beauty of our workshop, that we have different part of the people, that, and we are just learning, one single things. That's a beauty, this is what called globalization. This is what we call it, that humanity and the one world family, right? That's the beauty of our program. Yeah, next question. Okay, I believe that we have answered most of the question. In case anything left, don't worry, we are here to help you. You can ask in next session, or you can just mail us WhatsApp, because we are just a call away.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Hello, sir. I just asked this question in one of the messages to both of you, sir. I just want to know, because I'm from Bhutan and I'm not able to send it through bank, but last training I did it from one of my colleague from India with help of him.
Yeah.
So for this training, I would be able to provide a fee only on Friday. So will I be provided access to study materials?
No problem. You join the program and you pay on Friday. Only thing is that until you don't pay, you don't get access to the study material. The program is free for you. You can come and join, because you are already done R1 with us, I remember. So you can join that program. No problem.
So I was thinking if I could get materials before, so that I can catch up with others.
Yeah, I can understand, but that if I'll do with you, I have to do with everyone.
Okay, yes, I understand.
If you sit on my position, you have to very neutral. Sometimes you are very close to me. I mean that, but I can't act something which is not favorable to that everyone. So I have to take care from one level, everyone the same level.
Okay, I will try with other friends.
To give everyone that course material. I don't want to say I don't want to say that nobody should get. That is what it is for. But only thing is that once you open the payment gateway, and that is very small amount. You can ask your friend to pay. From India, easily they can pay.
Yeah, I have a friend here in Bhutan.
Yeah, ask them to pay, and it's very small amount in India. 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees is nothing. Very small amount in India. We just kept it just to run the operation. Normal cost of this program, that normal cost of this workshop is around 25,000 rupees.
Yes, I understand. I mean, like, it's not the problem of amount, but it's the problem of I mean, like, I don't get to see him often, so that's the problem. So anyway, I will try. Thank you. I was just asking.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So your WhatsApp number, please.
Yeah. What was your question?
So it's like this registration link, what we are doing now in class, that Zoom application will be same for all the 6 days, or it will be varying?
It is same. It is same.
For both R1 and R2 class?
No, R1 has different Zoom link, R2 has different Zoom link.
Okay, sir. So can you please share that in WhatsApp group?
Yeah, please ping us. I'll just share you that.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, please add me in your WhatsApp group.
I have shared the WhatsApp group link here on chat. Can you check that? Let me do it again.
Okay, sir.
1 second. I'll do it for you again. Okay, here you go. This is the WhatsApp group link. If you are on mobile, just save it. Sorry, on laptop, just save it, and then later on use it on your mobile. If you are open with the web WhatsApp also, it will start working.
Sir, it is privately to me.
Okay. 1 second. I think I sent to Praveen sir. Here you go.
Thank you, sir. Got it.
All right. Any other queries, questions? So I think all of you must be hungry now. It's already late. So have your dinner and take
Thank
care.
you.
See you tomorrow again on the same time. Bye for now.
Thank you,
And
sir.
those who enjoyed the session, please thumbs up for sir. Praveen sir is doing very hard work with you guys. Trust me. He is really doing lots of work with you guys. So patience he is keeping.
Thanks everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone. Okay.